Hey, second. It's day 3 after chemo. Thought I was strong enough to mow the lawn today, but I'm just going to record week 6 of my straw bale garden, and we're in the transition phase of from spring into summer. So now my spring blooms are pretty much fading out here at the house, but the early summer is upon us. I'm very fortunate to have fledged 3 baby wrens yesterday. Rescued one out of a bird bath last night. Coming into bloom now are my daylilies. This is a pretty little strawberry shortcake that I just got at Lowe's for $3 last week, and I've got about 15 buds on that. All of my daylilies are starting to come into full bloom. Can't wait, because these are all special reblooming. They're just gorgeous. I have a pretty yellow Stelladoro type here opening up today. Still have a bunch of this red columbine. I can't believe how that's hanging on, and I even had one of those little double purples come back. This is the bee balm that I rescued from the gout weed that was in this garden. Can you believe three or 4 days ago I weed eated that right down, and it's still coming back in. I just can't get ahead of it. But this is all the Monarda, the red. Fireworks by the 4th of July that it ran out into my lawn, so I just let it go on the lawn. The astilbes that I purchased earlier this year are coming up into full bloom. Beautiful pink there. We still have some Monarda that's growing up among the hostas. I tried to eat as much of that gout weed out of there as possible. Over here, this was a purple clematis that's gone. This is one of my giant red astilbes, and down there is a pretty lavender that is usually being run out by the gout weed, but I've been trying to stay ahead of it. My lupines are all in full seed now, but that's because they're making way for the new blooms that are coming out. This is a beautiful Chicago Fire daylily. These are actually Russian globe thistles. They don't prick you and sting you like an actual thistle. It's very reminiscent of the ones that we saw in Israel. Not quite as deep blue, not quite as big, but boy, are they a hummingbird and a bee and moth magnet. This is a different color. This is a pale pink Monarda that's going to be out this probably very, very soon. We have an astilbe that I purchased from the ladies' garden club. It's got a pale pink and a white in this one. And over here, just an all white one. We have some all white ones left, and some red down in the hosta bed. Haven't come up to bloom yet. The week that I didn't get to water my pansies, they pretty much died out, but I'm trying to slowly resurrect them through severely watering them the last couple of nights. Even through chemo, I've been fortunate. I'm not sick. I'm not well. I was going to mow the lawn today, but it's just not going to happen today. Maybe tomorrow, by the grace of God, I'll have enough strength to do it. It's a funny feeling that only comes with chemo. It's not necessarily nausea, but it's not a strong stomach, and there's just a general lethargic weakness that overtakes your body. These are the baskets, are the pallets that I converted into beds for my annuals and my gladiolas. And you just walked past my cabbages. It's been a losing battle to keep ahead of the chipmunks and the squirrels this year for digging up plants. They actually dug up a red cabbage out of there and destroyed it out of meanness. But the last purchase I made was made by Bonite. I think it's called Animal Repellent, and that seems to be working for me. So hopefully we'll get some gladiolas this year. This is week 6, the beginning of week 6 of my straw bale garden, and let me show you what I've already been harvesting, what's coming back up. You've already seen me harvest a yellow straight neck squash. I got 3 more that probably will be picked in the next day or two. Let them get a little bit more length to them. These are 3 other varieties of squash that I had to reseed about 4 weeks ago because squirrels or somebody got to the seeds and destroyed them. But these are very specialized heirloom and hybrid squashes, right from Park. Can't wait for them. Carrots are doing nicely. I have harvested plenty of peppers already. And what I did last week is I hit all the 50% off sales and reseeded and replanted a lot of stuff, including what you see here is flat leaf parsley. I was not able to propagate parsley from seed in my garden, but you know, when you can get it for 98 cents for a 6-pack, who cares? In fact, over there, there's you see curly leaf as well, $1.99 for probably about 30 plants. So I'm not going to complain. Look at my gorgeous little eggplants. Can you see them? This is the Ichiban. They're oh, there they are. They're probably about 4 inches long already, very soon to be harvested. Last Saturday, I cut off the heads of these green oak leaf lettuces. The red, I just took the red ones out by the roots, like that one. I left that in to grow a little bit more. But these, what I did is I just cut them off, and you can see how the new growth is all forming around that scarred off stem. So where I did pull out the whole plant, I replaced with another 6-pack of romaine lettuce, which is my absolute favorite. You see nasturtiums growing back here that helps keep the flea beetles off of my eggplants. Look at my my early girl tomatoes. This is July 2nd, folks, and it's already starting to get a little yellow blush to it. My Capitano flat Italian green beans, actually they're yellow beans, are coming into blossom, as you can see. So probably in about a week, maybe a week and a half, I'll be picking my most favored garden item. I picked these beautiful sugar snap peas that wound up in my post-chemo soup the other night, along with some Swiss chard and that beautiful red and green lettuce that I just showed you. These are my first plantings of beets, kale, Swiss chard. I've already pulled up almost all of my radishes and re-sowed new radishes over here. You can see them among my tomato plants and basil plants. Those are new seedlings that just popped up last week. Down here you see new seedlings of Swiss chard and new seedlings of beets where I found holes. And these new seedlings in here is actually another kind of a lettuce, a specialized lettuce from Park. These eggplants, these are called little fingers, and I don't hope you can see the little eggplant. Actually, there's 2 already on this plant here. These ones were in full bloom, so they should be starting. Yep, there's a little baby eggplant starting on that one. These are my white eggplants over here. They're just starting to come up to blossom, so it's nice I have eggplants in full succession. Basil planted in between there. Again, that curly leaf lettuce that I got. I've noticed one thing of note, where the tomato plants have been shaded more than these ones in the open. Look at how lush and green and thick that is. But also, this corner of the bale probably got a lot more of that heavily nitrogen-fed lawn fertilizer during the conditioning process, just because it was a corner. No other reason I can think of. But just something of note for next year. Maybe a little more shade offered to some of the tomato plants, because where they're shaded, they seem to be doing well. But look at the tomatoes. These are those beautiful pointed, sugary, super sweet grape tomatoes. I'm finally happy to see that I'm getting some of the Cherokee purples forming on this heirloom plant. These are my lemon boys down here. Right here, I'm sorry. Those are lemon boys. I've already got those fruited. And all of these are called Glamour. They're already fruited. And again, my 2 early girls over here, my most favorite. The peppers that, again, the Mamma Mia Gallo peppers, they just never end their production. These are yellow bell peppers. I've harvested sweet banana peppers off there, and I even harvested a little black bell pepper off of there. When I planted my second planting of snap peas and snow peas, I also put in these wax beans, yellow wax beans that mom loves, bush beans, on the outsides of these bales. But just last week, I also planted these Liberty tender green bush beans in among where I'm going to be pulling up eventually the snap peas. And over on this side, it's a burpee stringless green bean, and that's what you're seeing right. Let me get it in focus here. That right there is our brand new seedlings that just popped open during this week. So succession planting. There's tomato plants on the back side of there that my sister gave me about 3 weeks ago, and they've already tripled in size. I wouldn't be at all surprised if they were in full bloom here within a week. My cucumbers are producing little baby cucumbers already. They're in full blossom. Right behind that you see the romaine lettuce that I originally planted with the garden. Oh, look at those eggplants, aren't they gorgeous? Those romaines, again, my most favorite kind of lettuce. It's so sweet and succulent and delicious. Oh, these are my potatoes, by the way. I just keep hilling them up, and I'm going to have myself some new red potatoes here in a couple more weeks. My herb containers are doing really well. Fennel, lemon thyme, sage, pineapple sage, Mexican tarragon, and I stuck a cayenne pepper in among the cardinal basil just to try to keep the critters out of it. Down here, you might have remembered my post about these pallets are converted into adjustable height trellises. That's because I have ambrosia, cantaloupe, or muskmelon planted here on the side of the bales. I have 150 at least sweet onions planted on the west-facing sides of all of those bales in there. The beautiful thing about straw bale garden, even though it's 50 linear feet, because that's exactly the length of that soaker hose on there, it's actually 150 cubic feet because you're utilizing the face, the sides, the bottoms of the bales as well. Again, at that sale at Runnings, the 50% off at this time of year, I purchased this new kind of a Gold Rush hybrid yellow squash. Put these all in here. You can see they're actually sending up buds already. So probably in a couple more weeks, I'm going to be harvesting yet another kind of squash. There is no such thing as too much squash. And as a matter of fact, a week and a half ago, these are new seedlings of a burpee summer hybrid squash, which is it's a yellow zucchini actually. Had it before. It's very mild tasting. Very anxious to get that. This is basil growing among that. You see crushed up eggshells and coffee grounds. Best things I found is coffee grounds to try to deter the flea beetles, although you can still see them on my eggplants. You see the little holes that they make. I usually come out and hand pick them every single day and just squash them. But the coffee ground seems to be the key factor in deterring them. The eggshells not so much. I crush up the eggshells and put them around certain fruiting vegetables because the calcium actually discourages blossom end rot, and nobody wants to pick a beautiful red tomato, turn it over, and see the blossom end completely rotted out. It's just nauseating. But again, this is week 6 of the straw bale garden experiment 2016. I was going to mow today, just not going to happen. Every critter in town has stolen my ripened strawberries from the strawberry boxes that I converted from pallets. About the easiest project known to mankind. It takes me just about 45 minutes to create one. By all means, do it. Before I went in for surgery to get my port implanted, I got to this portion of the garden, weeded it out, planted some new plants that I got. This half over here needs weeding. Again, it'll wait till I'm feeling better. But some of my plants are coming up into blossom. This is another kind of Monarda or bee balm. This is called raspberry wine. Not fully open yet, but when it is, it's a deep, rich magenta. Just about my most favorite. Eventually, when all this gets weeded out, it'll have cardboard laid down and then mulched over with wood chip mulch to make it presentable. This is actually a milkweed plant, but it's a specialized milkweed. Well, special to the hybridizers. I call it swamp milkweed. Oh, by the way, if you can see on the bottom rung of that trellis right there, that's one of my little house wren fledglings, and the mother is complaining to me because she wants to come in and feed them, and I'm standing too close to the baby. Scabiosa is a huge butterfly draw. I have planted butterfly weed and butterfly bush throughout this garden. It's my most favorite kind of plant in the whole wide world. This is the fading tail end of peach cobbler. These are coneflowers, huge draws. This is one of those big, gorgeous blue chip juniors. It's going to be a blue butterfly bush, and I just got it for 50% off at Runnings. You can't argue with this. This is the seed head remaining from a beautiful red butterfly bush, and I have just starting to open there what's called Black Knight. Hard to see. I'm sorry, I'm standing in the shadow. But I've got Shasta daisies, Monarda, coneflower, foxglove. This again, the beautiful firecracker red. This Monarda here is called Purple Longstockings. I got it from my Aunt Marty a year ago. Put that in. Columbine in here. These are the tail ends of my Sweet Williams. I just absolutely adore them. I got beautiful colors of lupines that are still yet coming up. This is my favorite place in the world, right here. I just come out. We inherited some pomegranates from Costco that, because I was not feeling well, got ahead of me. Even though they were fully ripe, the seeds got kind of tough. So to bite into it, you get the squirt of juice, but the seed was just, you had to spit it out. So I cut them in half and tossed them out here for the squirrels. And somebody apparently was using my bench as his picnic table for breakfast this morning, as he had a pomegranate breakfast. But I come out here and sit, rejuvenate. My birds are coming to. The 2-feeder there has nitrous thistle, so I get all kinds of finches. That tuna can is actually full of grape jelly. So many different birds come to the grape jelly. In fact, that was a Baltimore Oriole, Papa, Jelly Belly we call him, that just flew overhead. You hear the rattling, chattering of the house wrens. 2 of the babies are up here in the front, and one little guy under that bench, and both parents are trying to keep them all fed and away from the cats. Look at that beautiful, can you see that beautiful purple? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. It's called larkspur delphinium, thank you. Chemo brain, okay? It's just a joy to sit out here. It's a cool day today. I'm loving it. The bird life is crazy. My bluebird sitting up there on that post, he's got babies in the house underneath the elderberry bush over there at the corner of the garden. It does not bother him at all that I'm standing out there any given time of the day. And, you know, when I need to recharge, I just sit out here and say, thank you, Lord, for giving me the strength. Thank you for giving me this property for my possession and giving me the strength to maintain it into the beautiful sanctuary of your creation. I celebrate the Creator through his creation. And this is what keeps me going. People say, Lonnie, you got cancer. I say, no, I don't. I don't have cancer. I'm just recovering from the circumstances. But I don't have any cancer in my body. And yet this joy that floods through my soul is strictly because of him. I know I'm walking in divine health. And that's not just in my body, but that's also in my soul. Watch, you're going to see Mama come down and, oh, the baby's over on that side. So just going on the bottom left to feed that little kid. I mean, come on. You're seeing the Garden of Eden right here in my backyard. What could be more healthful and rejuvenating and regenerating than that, huh? I love you guys. I love life, and I love the Lord. Thanks for sharing it with me.